Hi, everyone. So, I want to talk to you. So earlier today we had the full moon eclipse, and I want to very much share with you how to be unfuckable with and tapping into this energy of like really just confidence and feeling really good and in, control and powerful and sexy and all of these good things and how to do that. And so you're probably not, and nobody, oh my gosh, look at all these people. Hi, everybody. Nobody just wakes up the next day and is like, oh, I'm magically confident now. Like, I magically feel like I have full control over my life and all of these things, okay? Nobody does. And even when you get to a place where you do feel, in control, let's call it, powerful, confident, things like this, you will be faced with obstacles. You will be faced with things that might even trigger you or remind you of those moments in the past when you didn't feel confident, that maybe will make you question your confidence. This is where having practices, having support, is so essential. Like, I cannot say this enough. And, I say this because I just started my mastermind with the Queens Coven, where we just had our first official call today, and tons of people have been messaging me about it still. So if you want to slip in, you better get your ass in there and let me know, and we can see. And what I'm seeing already happening with the kind of support that the queens are getting in the palace is they're already starting to be so much more confident, so sure of themselves, right? So I'm not telling you this for any reason other than to tell you that it is so crucial that you are supported in this, because if you're surrounded by toxic people, for example, or people who just don't care very much about you, and they're putting you down, or they're not supporting you, or they're not encouraging you, think of that like a flower that is being fed poison. And I see this a lot with kids, and it breaks my heart. Anybody else, has anyone else seen this, where the parent is constantly putting the kid down? And the thing I hate the most is when they do it in that way that's like a joke, right? Oh, if only you were smarter. Or, oh, thank you, I love you too. If only you were smarter. Or, oh yeah, well, remember that thing that you did when you were 5. And they might even say it in this joking way, but the thing that is getting wired into that child's mind, and maybe this happened to you, right? This happens to so many people, is oh, I just suck. I'm not confident. I'm an idiot. That thing I did when I was 5 was so stupid. And unfortunately, there's a very loud car going by. That's not what I was going to say. Is the tarot readings and horoscope readings ever coming back? Yes, absolutely. I will be bringing those back. So, unfortunately, these things stick with us, with the individual. So, in order to be confident, you have to rewire these things, okay? And you can do that yourself through mindset work. And of course, it works so much better and faster when you are in community. And the way that you can be unfuckable with, straight up, is like by having dominion and sovereignty over your own mind, over your own experience. If you think about somebody who's fuckable with, right, you're really looking at someone who is affected by the decisions or lack of decisions, or feelings or lack of feelings, or words or lack of words, or actions, or any of these things from someone else. And so when you're unfuckable with, what you're literally saying is nothing that anyone does can shake you, can rock you, can do anything. Now, the thing that I want to call out here is that, you might not ever get to the place where you don't get triggered at all. Like if you've experienced severe trauma, right? Maybe you won't ever not have those triggers, right? And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because you're not trying to get to perfection. You're just trying to have dominion again. So you notice the trigger, and then you come back to this place of having the ultimate say, of having ultimate dominion, aka dominance. Today's theme in the palace was dominance, of course. This is amazing. Dominance 101 is beautiful. Dominance in business, in your business. And of course, in whatever area of your life that you want. Love, relationships. When you have this dominion over your life and your experience, it's not about perfection. It's about coming back to this dominion. Everything begins to change. I would argue that the only reason you don't have the things that you want is because other people have massaged, maneuvered, manipulated you in ways that were maybe completely well-intentioned. In many cases, so well-intentioned. Right? The parent that's like, remember that thing that you did when you were 5? Isn't actually trying, in most cases, to like make their kid feel stupid. That parent is probably trying to, create more connection. And that parent learned how to parent from their parent at the end of the day. But unfortunately, what happens is that kind of bad dominion, domination, leadership has now made that child depressed, anxiety-ridden, doesn't know why they don't believe in themselves, doesn't know why things don't work out for them. And it is because of the simple fact that this manipulation has occurred. The manipulation of the mind, and in some cases more than that. And what I want you to know is that you, and only you, have the ultimate say, the final say in your mental experience, and what you choose to allow in and not allow in And if you're not used to doing this, then yes, you need some practices to do this. You need support, you might need community. And you get to a place and a point where you might choose to have those things because you like having those things. If you're anything like me, I love having support. I love having community. I don't need them. I just enjoy it. Because I have ultimate dominion over my mind, over my experience, over what I choose to believe and allow in. And so do you. So the question is really and truly, where have you allowed other people, maybe well-intentioned, to dictate how you feel about you, what you believe your worth or your value is, how beautiful or handsome or sexy or hot you believe that you are or you can be. How can you make the decision right now? Let me try on the right hand. Right now. I can't snap with my left hand, apparently. You learn new things every day, don't you? Make the decision right now that, in fact, you decide who the fuck you are. You decide what you're going to believe. You decide what you're capable of. And anyone that says anything different can get out and be replaced with someone or something better. Because that, my loves, is quite simply what you desire. Both. So, I love you so much. Oh my goodness. The Queen's Coven is amazing. The queens that are inside of the palace are just like delicious in all the ways. Amazing, magical, powerful. Watching them unfold into their own brilliance, into their own power and confidence is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. And if you're a coach, you know what I'm talking about. It is the most beautiful thing you'll ever see. And I can't see all of you watching me, but the experience of watching you step into your power would also be the most beautiful thing that anyone's ever seen. So please, please, please give that to the world. The world needs more beauty so badly. And the world needs more good people in power. So, without further ado, I love you so deeply. Thank you for being here with me. I hope that this has inspired you in some way. And I will speak to you soon. Happy lunar eclipse and full moon.